Plutarch. Presentation by Brandon Bunn. Plutarch was born around 46 AD with the full name Lucius Metrius Plutarchus, and he died around 120 AD. Plutarch was a famous Greek bibliographer who wrote many different bibliographies for well-known Romans and Greeks, but even though he wrote so many, he never had one done for himself. As a young man, Plutarch spent his time as a student in Athens, Greece, during the reign of Emperor Nero, after which he traveled through Greece, Egypt, and Italy, learning and gathering information on famous people for later works. When he was done with his travels, he settled in Italy, where he continued his education on people and lectured about history and philosophy. Later in his life, Plutarch would go back to Caledonia to live out the rest of his days. He would visit Delphi regularly, where he held a priestship at a local temple. And from his home, he would lecture any person who would come to listen to him. Plutarch mainly wrote two types of books. One were the Moralia, which were his philosophical lectures he himself converted into texts. The others were his Parallel Lives, which were a collection of 46 bibliographies on famous Greeks and famous Romans. One of the first and most well-known translations of Plutarch's Parallel Lives series was one done by Sir Thomas North of England. These translations are still used as a great source for information about these Greek and Romans that Plutarch wrote bibliographies about. A modern impact that Plutarch has had is that his bibliographic entries have been used by many students for their research papers, and writers such as Shakespeare have used his bibliographies as main sources for plays such as Julius Caesar, Alexander and Cleopatra, and Coriolanus. In conclusion, Plutarch is a very significant figure from ancient times, and it has contributed much to what we know about famous people from those times, and all his information will be continued to be used for millennia to come.